Okay, so in order to be able to do differentiation, okay, first of all, everyone, you have to remember all the rules. So the first one is when you differentiate a constant, what is the answer? Okay, so when I ask you, you better answer me. Okay, when you differentiate a constant, what is the answer? Okay, Cindy. Cindy?
Zero.
Zero. So a constant is a zero. So we know that in math, there is a lot of constant. It can be E. All these are constant. E to the power of 2 is constant. Ln 2 is also constant. Yeah, there's a lot of things. If I have ln e to the power of 5, this is also constant and it is 5. Am I right? So you must learn how to recognize constant. Second thing, if I differentiate a linear term, I find the slope rate of change of a linear term. What do I get? What do I get? What do you get if you get a linear term? Yeah, so the answer is A. So this is another thing that you have to remember. Third, we have simple rule. Okay, simple rule, we have 3. First one, when you differentiate a power term, you time by the power, power take away 1. You time by the power, power take away 1. So before you apply simple rule, you have to know that there's a lot of things that can be simplified. So before we go to the simplified part, second simple rule is the exponential term. So this one will be copy down the whole thing, time by the derivative of the power. Okay, third is the long term. And long term, we make sure we simplify it in this form. The fx shouldn't have power. So it will be am I writing the right thing? Definitely no. It's fx. Up there, put f prime x. So in order for us to use all these simple terms, all these simple rule, yeah. So what we need to do is, hello? What we need to do is, we need to learn how to simplify. Okay, Wengshan, you at last you are in. So whatever is it, I'm using my hotspot, okay? Just make sure the thing run. Hello? So before we can use all this, first of all, we have to learn how to simplify. So there are a few things. If I have A plus B divided by C, A over B, A over C, I can split into 2. Remember, sure, down there is only one single term. If I have 1 over 2 times A, I should write as half times 1 over A. Then I write there as half times A to the power negative 1. It can be square, it can be anything, it doesn't matter. Are you okay? Hello? So what else? If I have A times B plus C, so I can break it. right? So what else about simplification? And you have to remember that a to the power of n. So all these must be the formula that is in your hand, in your mind. You have to ask yourself, you have to simplify first. So these are indices formula. So make sure you are familiar with all this. So every time ask, whatever given to me, can I use simple rule? If I can use simple rule, I will use simple rule. Yeah, before you can use simple rule, you make sure you simplify first. Are you okay? Any issue on this? So I'm trying to make the summary for you. Yeah. Okay. So after simple rule, if simple rule cannot apply, then the fourth one, I go to a chain rule. So chain rule is for the function that go like that, a number times by a function to the power of n. So when I differentiate this, when I find the gradient function, okay. So can I test on some of you, Brendan? Yeah. Brendan, how to get the answer? Chain rule?
Bring down the power.
Yeah, bring down the power. Yes, you are right. Time by the power, then?
Copy down fx.
Yeah, copy down the whole thing, fx.
Power take away 1.
Power take away 1. Next.
Times by the differentiate of fx.
Yeah, differentiate of fx, the mean rate of change of fx, correct? So now, so this is chain rule. Okay, this is chain rule. Are you okay? So if I ask you, if I give you this, we just give an example. Okay, if I give you this. Okay, what rule should I use? What rule should I use? Ashley, can I use simple rule?
No.
Can I use simple rule?
No.
Why not?
Because you have to square the ln x first before times the 3.
You are right. So we have to use chain rule. Are you clear? Good. Thank you, Ashley. So we have to bring down the power, copy down the whole thing. Power take away 1 times by the derivative of ln is 1 over x. So this is equal to 6 ln x divided by x. Are you okay? Okay, but if I give you this, okay, if I give you this, Cindy, if I use this, then how? Cindy, are you there?
Yes, my internet is not that stable.
Yeah, everyone have that problem. Okay, good. So, can I use simple rule?
No.
Oh, why not? Why not? Okay. So this one you can use simple rule. Why? Because we have to remember, if I have ln x to the power of 5, I can write as 5 ln x, correct? This is another formula that we have to remember. The power, because it's the x that is power, not the whole thing, the ln. And for ln, we also have to remember how to simplify this. Correct? So ln, there's a lot of things that we have to remember. There's another thing about ln. You have to remember. So this is equal to what? What is this equal to? Do you know? Just saying? Yes, EJ, thank you. You got the right answer. Okay, just saying? Can I simplify this? Just saying?
Yes.
Can I simplify this?
Yes.
So what is the simplest form of this? So we apply this formula. So just saying, what is the value of ln E? You got a calculator, can you please?
Yeah, hold on, let me.
Just saying you lose to my August intake student, no? My August intake student just learned that they can straight away tell me their value already. Ln E is 1. So this is x. And what is this? How to simplify this? So by now, every one of you must master all this. You better write down all this and look at it every day so that you know how to simplify it. So from today onward, I expect everyone to know how to simplify this. I expect. You don't want your final, you can't do it. Don't come and blame Miss Do. So for exponential and ln, there's a lot of things that you can simplify. So this one, you can simplify it. So this will be 2 times 3. I haven't differentiated yet. So this is 6 ln x. Now only I differentiate. So this is the dy dx. Are you okay? So anyone have anything about simplification or the simple rule and chain rule? Okay. So if simple rule cannot work, chain rule cannot work, then I will have to use product rule. Product rule is for a product of 2 functions, u and v. So this is the formula. U prime v plus v prime u, up to you. Whichever comes first doesn't matter. That's the product rule. Okay? Hello? So if I give you this question, okay, what rule are you going to use? Definitely product rule. I cannot use chain rule because this is not a number. So the dy dx v u prime is 1, v plus v prime chain rule times u. So done. So usually the first question they say you do not need to simplify your answer, so you don't have to simplify. Okay. If it's not a product, if it's a quotient, then you use the quotient rule. Okay, quotient rule is talk about U divide by V. So your dy dx, this one, the order is very important. Differentiate the top times by the bottom, take away the top times by the differentiation of the bottom, divide by bottom square. So, and I will say that if it's a quotient, please use the quotient rule so that it's easier for you to simplify. Are you clear? So now if I give you this, okay, I'm going to give you a simple one. Okay, what rule can I use? What rule should I use? Junjae? So all the rules are in front of you. Ramisa, you are wrong. If I see on top is a number, Junjae, answer my question.
Quotient.
You quotient, you quotient, you quotient. You quotient, you die.
Quotient.
Why must you use quotient rule? Is up there is a number. I told you so many times.
Chain rule.
Yes. If up there is a number, never, 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 ever use quotient rule. Okay, Junjae, how to apply quotient rule? Tell me.
5 and then times -1. And then times x minus 1, -2, power of -2.
That's all?
Yep.
Don't miss this step, Junjae.
But that, because x become 1, right?
I know. I ask you, don't miss the step. Do you know why?
They will check.
If I change the question x1 minus x, then if you don't write the step, you can make a blunder out of it.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay.
So we always, when we use chain rule, even 1, I will write there 1. So this will be -5 over x minus 1 squared.
Right.
If I give you this, okay, Ramisa, what rule should I use?
Miss, I think this time it is question.
What rule? What rule?
Question rule.
Quotient rule.
Mm-hmm.
Should I?
Yes.
Ramisa,
Yes.
look
Miss.
at the simple rule. If I see down there is only a term whereby I can split and simplify, then why don't I simplify it first?
Understood, Miss.
Why don't I simplify it first? If I can simplify, I will simplify it first. Are you clear?
Yes, Miss.
Unless I cannot. So another one. So we have to be very careful. Okay. So all these. So I purposely write down in one page. The purpose, what is the purpose of writing down in one page? If you don't want to copy down, you better screenshot, please. So before I go into question 1, so I'm going to go through your try exam paper very thoroughly. So after this week, everyone should know a lot of things already. Okay, then you can prepare your one-page handwritten notes when you do revision from your own textbook. Hello? Can I move? Okay, let's go to the question 1 of your try exam paper. Question 1, part A. Okay, Kydrick, can you tell me what is question 1, part A? Kydrick, are you here? No.
Yeah, I'm here now.
Yeah, you are here. Okay. Yeah. Can you give me the question for question 1A?
Sure.
Question 1, they ask you to find dy dx for each of the following, and you don't have to simplify. What is question 1A? Can you read to me? Y equal to? Kydrick, do you have a paper with you?
I just realized I grabbed the wrong one.
Mikia? Mikia,
Yes.
can you read question 1A to me? The question?
Final 2017.
Question 1, page 3 of your try exam paper. You see, Mikia, I say I want to discuss, correct? You must have your paper with you. Better still if you have a physical copy. Do you think I don't have the copy?
Question 1A. Find
Yes.
dy dx.
I want 1A. I know the question is find dy dx for the following. I want 1A.
Y equals e to the power of x to the power of 2 ln x. Ln x.
Y times ln x. So this one definitely we cannot simplify. We definitely need to use products rule, correct? Yeah. So this is your U.
Miss, you
So
left out one square.
yes, why? What happened?
There needs to be square after x.
Why? After x got square root, miss?
Yes.
Don't tell me I take the wrong paper.
E power x square, miss.
E power x square. The
Yeah.
x there got square.
Yeah.
Oh, then I have the wrong paper. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you got the wrong
Okay.
paper, miss.
Yeah. No. My paper, I missed the square doesn't print out. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I got the answer with me. Yep. Okay. So e to the power x squared ln x. So what we need to do is our u is e to the power x squared, correct? Okay. So what is the derivative? What is the rate of change of u? Okay, Clarissa, I need to call each one of you one by one. The reason is because I want to make sure everyone know. I just picked randomly, okay? Clarissa, can you tell me what is the answer for this one?
2x times e to the power of x squared.
Okay, so for e, the exponential term, we copy down the whole thing, times by the derivative of the power, which is 2x. Okay, those who can do it straight away, you go ahead. Okay, v is ln x. Ramisa, what is v prime?
1 by x.
1 over x. Okay, so then we put into the formula, that's it. You get 2 marks. So I tell you, the mark that you get is not that easy to earn, okay? So you can just straight away put, v u prime. So if you want to put a bracket, you put a bracket plus u v prime. That's it. You don't have to simplify. Yeah. Okay. Question 2. Oh, I forgot. I totally forgot about something. Do you know I totally forgot about something for simple rule? Okay, never mind. I come back to that later. B. Yeah. So that is for part B. Yeah. For part B. So part B is y equal to e plus cos x to the power of 5. Am I right? Okay. So before we discuss about this, there is one very important rule about trigo, correct? Rule for trigo function. Okay, so you still remember? Please remember all this. Please write this down in under your simple rule. So if I have sin fx, so when I differentiate sin, what do I get? Weng Shen?
You get, wait, where's my notes?
Ah,
Hold on.
you get
You
what?
get
You get what?
negative a cosine fx. Oh, wait, that's integration, bro.
You don't make. So you better write it down. If you differentiate cos, sin, you get cos. If you differentiate cos, yeah. So you see, you don't think, I tell you, final, everything dumped together. You get negative sin. If you integrate tangent, Raj, what do you get? This one you have to really write down, okay? Raj? No? Raj not here? What do you get? Yes, you get secant square. So there are some others, if you want to write down, is so much better. Like secant is 1 over cos. Correct? And a lot of other things. So trigo, you need to go and prepare your own formula. These are the basic. Okay. So now to find the derivative of rate of change of B, so what rule must we use? Kelvin, what rule must we use?
Wait, am I muted? Oh, hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now. What rule must we use? Chain rule. Okay, can you give me the answer?
Bring down the power.
Okay.
Copy down the whole thing. Power take away 1.
Straight away, tell me the
time
answer lah. Power take away 1 means what?
4 lah, 4.
4. Then?
Yeah, time by the derivative of inside.
Yeah, what is the derivative of inside?
A negative sign x.
Yeah, because E is a constant, so you get 0. So negative sign x. And derivative for x is 1. Am I right?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So let's go for part C. Okay. So we have to be very careful for part C. It is ln x, the whole thing squared. Am I right? Then divided by x. So we can't simplify this. So you have to use quotient rule. So your u will be ln x, the whole thing squared. Your v is x. Okay. So u prime. Can someone tell me what is u prime? Yeah, Cairo. 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 I tell you what, from now onward, if I call you, you don't respond to me. I tell you, I haven't submit your SAT mark. Huh? I haven't submit to SAYS yet. I can still deduct your mark. So that to help you on your final. Cairo. Cairo. Cairo, can you please tell me? Okay. Afterward, before I end the class, Cairo and who else? There are two. I want to see you. There's a very serious thing. Until now, you haven't do something yet. Okay. So Nafis, can you tell me what is the U prime? Nafis, Hassan? Two.
2 log x,
Copy down the whole thing.
and derivative of log x is
Derivative of ln x is? Cairo, Nafis? Hello, for ln.
oh yeah, 1 over x, yeah.
Okay, so V prime is 1. Okay, you write all these extra step doesn't mean you will get marked, but it will help you. So for those who need to write the step like that, you go ahead. Okay, so we follow V U prime, we write down. So because the question says you don't have to simplify, you can just write down like that. Take away U V prime, the whole thing over V squared. That's it. You get your 3 marks. Hello? So if you look at the past year paper, if you look at 2020 paper, 2021 April paper, I have just uploaded. Yeah, you can see differentiation is definitely a must for the first part. Okay, so how to differentiate is very important. Okay, how to differentiate is very, very important. Are you clear? Okay, so now you are marking your own paper. Huh? As long as you got all this correct, you don't simplify, it's fine. You'll get full mark. So the way we mark is here 1 mark, here 1 mark, here 1 mark, here 1 mark. 1, 2, 3. Make sure minus sign all correct. Okay. Are you there? Any question on that? Okay. Can I move on? So anything about differentiation that you like to ask? So please go through chapter 2. Go through chapter 2. Okay, what other important thing that is in chapter 2? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what are the important thing that is in chapter 2? Yeah, go, Uma, go. What other important thing in chapter 2? You have your textbook with you? Okay. Adrian, what is another important thing in chapter 2 that you must know? Please make sure you have your textbook with you. Adrian? Adrian Lim. Chapter 2. That is chapter 3, Adrian. The one that we learned right from the very beginning, that is the first principle. So everyone, please go and read up about the first principle. So now I'd like to ask you a question. What is first principle? Okay, Ethan, answer me. What is first principle? You won't be surprised, huh? Final, they ask you what is first principle.
To find the gradient of the tangent at any instantaneous point.
Is it? Is that first principle? If I want to find the instantaneous rate of change, I just need to find the rate of change function. That is my dy dx. I don't have to use first principle. Prove the conjecture. Okay. Luckily, I asked this question. I tell you, if not, when they ask you in your final, what is first principle? Then every one of us come. You still remember how we do? Okay. The process of doing first principle, you still remember the process. Okay, based on the process, you try to tell me what is first principle. Okay, process.
Finding the slope of a curve.
Is this slope of a curve? Is this slope of a curve? You see, everyone give me general expression. First of all, you are doing an estimation. You find the average rate of change first. Correct? You find the average rate of change first. Right? First, you find the average rate of change first. Am I right? Am I right, Ethan? How to get the average rate of change between A and B?
Use the gradient formula of I2 minus I1 for x2 minus x1.
Yeah, so find the average rate of change. So that means this is the represented by the what? Slope of chord AB. So you find the average rate of change. Then we use the sense of limit. Limit. That means we get as B move nearer to A. So we are using, as we get a better and better approximation. So limit, then we become instantaneous rate of change. So what is first principle? The first principle is estimating the average rate of change. Then as the estimation become better and better, okay, closer, yeah, the limit, by using the sense of limit, we get the instantaneous rate of change. So this is called first principle. First principle is having the average rate of change, and as one point move nearer to the other point, then with the sense of limit, we get the instantaneous rate of change. That is your dy dx. That is called first principle. That means first principle is how we use the concept of limit to make the average rate of change to become instantaneous rate of change. Are you okay? So if people ask you what is first principle, first principle is using the concept of limit, how we make the average rate of change between the 2 points become the instantaneous rate of change at a particular point. So we have this formula. Limit h tend towards 0, fx plus h minus fx divided by h. So they can ask you, what does this represent? This represents slope of the curve. They also can ask you, they also can give you like that. Or I put f prime a is equal to limit x tends toward a, fx minus fa over x minus a. I can also have this formula. So what does this represent? It also represent the slope of the curve. Average rate of change between x equal to x and x equal to a. So these are the very important thing in the first principle that you have to know. Nowadays, the question for your final, they don't just ask how to do. They ask for the meaning. How many of you have seen the 2021 paper, April paper, just 5 months ago? The paper you see or not? If you want to get a good grade, you make sure you know all the meaning. So especially those who want to get A+. Are you okay? Okay, so that is what is first principle. Okay, are you okay? So what else that is important in chapter 1? Okay, chapter 2. Okay, so now I'm going into question 2. There is chapter 3. Yeah, so I'm going into chapter 3 things. Okay, so when we talk about chapter 3, first of all, everyone, you don't just say, if I give you y equal to fx, my first question, what is f prime x? Okay. What is f prime x? Ethan? Answer?
The rate of change of the function fx.
Okay, so listen here, the rate of change of function fx, or we can say f prime x is the rate of change function. Okay, or f prime x is the gradient function. That means it enables you to find the gradient at any point. So we call it a gradient, is the gradient function. So if I have my y equal to fx, so I have a point A here. Okay, if I want to find the coordinate is A. Okay. So now I ask you, how to find the equation of tangent at A. So you want to do revision, you must ask yourself like that, how to find the equation of tangent at A. Phoebe?
Y equal to ms plus c.
Okay, good. Why? Because tangent is a straight line. Okay, I agree with you totally. So I need to use y equal to mx plus c. Correct? Nothing wrong. But is that the way you're going to start? Is that the way you are going to start your finding? Is that the way? Yes? Phoebe?
No.
By telling me, I know equation of the straight line correct. Y equal to mx plus c correct. So what should I do first?
Find the gradient.
Yeah, I should find the gradient. So how to find the gradient? So you keep asking yourself. So how to find the gradient?
F prime f.
Yeah, f prime x. So what you need to do is, when you go into the exam hall, if you start from the wrong foot, then you take a long time. But the moment you see how to find the equation of tangent, the moment I see this question, I know I need to get the gradient. That is how I program my mind. I need to get the gradient. That is m. That is f prime x. Then I will automatically know how to start. You see or not? Like for example, I give you fx is equal to e to the power of x. So the moment I see this sort of question, the first step I will start is y equal to e to the power x. I straight away automatically differentiate because I need to know the gradient. Okay, I think I put 2x better. Okay, 2x so that it won't look the same. So 2e to the power 2x. So next step, what should I do? Next step, what should I do? I should put the x value. So you have to train yourself like that. Okay, at a, I say a equal to 1. Okay, 1. So a equal to 1. Okay, so dy dx equal to 2e to the power of 2 times 1. So this is the gradient. So I write down gradient of tangent is 2e squared. Okay, after I get the gradient, but I still don't have the y value. So I have to find the y value when x equal to 1. Then only I put into y equal to mx plus c. So you should train your mind from here, not from here. Because from here you have to trace back again. You're wasting your time. So I put in e squared equal to m times 1 plus c. So I have e squared minus 2e squared. So I get my c. So negative e squared. So therefore, equation of tangent is y equal to m x plus c. Done. And those who like to use this formula, go ahead and use. This is another one that you can use, you straight away can get the answer. Are you okay? So equation of tangent. Hello? Then if I want to find the equation of normal, so what you need to do is for equation of normal, equation of normal, the difference is just here, the gradient part. Equation of normal, you have to remember that dy dx is gradient function for tangent. So if you want to find the gradient for normal, you have to put negative 1 over f. Sorry, not enough space to write. Negative 1 over f prime a. So this is very important for normal. Are you clear? Okay, the rest of it I will discuss next lesson. For group 1, afterward, for group 2, tomorrow morning. Are you clear?
Yes, miss.
So I'm going to go through the whole book with you. So you please, your textbook is a must to go through. All your SAT, please take it out and go through it. Don't ask for more past year to do. Please don't make the same mistake over and over again. Practice make perfect means you have made mistake last time, this time onward, you are not going to make the same mistake. That's called practice make perfect. Go through the right way to do the right thing. Are you clear? Okay, I will see you afterward for group 1 and group 2. I will see you all tomorrow.
Thank you,
Bye,
miss.
miss.
Us?
Miss Doe,
Yes.
my Times app wasn't working just now. Can
Okay. Yeah. Who are you?
Adriana.
Okay. I will do the adjustment.
Okay, thank you, miss.
Thanks.